Okay, so the new Cell Max Stage 2 has arrived over here on JP Dokkan as part of the 9th anniversary. Now, what we want to do right away, as we always do with these new events, is we want to get the no item run out of the way, then we can kind of lock in on the specific missions that come with it, right? And in this case, the missions that we have here are the super class ones, and then the other ones would be extreme class, and then the other one would be 6 turns. Now, unfortunately, in this fight, we do not do this with 6 turns. Doing 6 turns without attack up items is going to be very, very tricky. Maybe full power Broly would kind of be your ticket for that, but that is ultimately not what this video is going to be about. This one is just making sure that we lock up the no item run, because I know people like to see no item runs, so that is why we are doing that. But I really like the way that this fight is well designed, like the way the fight, wow, English is being hard to me today. I really like the way that this fight is designed. I think that it brings a lot of unique challenge to the table and brings value to units that otherwise might not get the value that you would normally see. Now, what this Cell Max is doing is in the first phase of the fight, essentially this is like a multifaceted, multi-phased fight. The first phase of the fight is sort of just brute force, and the second phase of it is more of utility, right? Where the first phase, you can't lower attack, you can't lower defense, and keep in mind, it doesn't like, you're not like prompted with a phase change, right? You don't get like a cutscene or like a little dialogue or a typing change or anything like that. No, just on the top, the buffs of the boss or the status of the boss just changes, right? Like you can see here, no stuns, no seals, no attack lowering, no defense lowering, and then we have an action break because of the unit super attack from Beast Gohan. But you'll see that once we get to, I think it's around like turn 4 or 5, somewhere between turn 4 and 6, the buffs go away, or the status effects go away, and you can do different status effects to the boss. So where Goku and Vegeta are really going to shine is with their ability to lower attack and defense. And lowering defense is helpful, but not the key to the ignition, right? Really, lowering attack is where things come in super handy. But yeah, that's why it's a multi-phased fight, right? Because we have different ways that it can be approached, where in the beginning, you really do need like that defense. Like this Cell Max hits very hard, and especially once the debuffs go away, oh man, can he hit hard. And, I guess units that we have to think about are units that can stun, right? You think about a unit like Orange Piccolo being able to stun. If you get that proc, it's going to be much, much easier, but it's very hard to get to that point without items, I would say, for like a primarily focused on stunning unit. I would say maybe somebody that's going to get a lot of value going forward is going to be Tech God Goku. Go figure, they drop another Cell Max and he is still just as good. But keep in mind that those 1 million normals are going to add up, because that is what this Cell Max is hitting for. I had his stats pulled up, but I closed them. But let me pull them back up. This is a post commentary and also my second attempt at this. I got sidetracked during the first one and I just didn't like how it turned out. So I figured we would just redo this one, and we'll come back later. I think for movie Boss Rush, I might just do live commentary, because post commentary for like 30 minutes is just going to be brutal. So I think I might just do like another rerun of that, and we can talk as we go. So let's pull up Cell Max. Where are you at? Here we are. So the beginning phases of Cell Max: 300 million HP, 1 million attack, 5 million defense, 70% damage reduction, and 10 attacks per turn. His super attack is the Maximum Blaster, which causes immense damage to the enemy. It is a combination super attack that does 2.8 million with a 3.81% chance to go off, no cooldown, and 1 per turn. So basically what that means is there is a high likelihood that this super is going to be hitting in the first slot most of the time, so keep that in mind as you are doing this. But we already talked about how he is immune to all debuffs right away, and one of the kickers that this guy has is he also has an additional effect of think about what I think it was God Goku, only one typing could do damage to him. This Cell is the inverse, so he reduces damage received from AGL, Super AGL, and Extreme types by 30%. So if you guys have been watching the gameplay so far, what does that come down to? Who is the unit that is giving you problems there? It is AGL UI Goku, because Cell has innate damage reduction to him, which is going to limit the amount of damage that this UI Goku could do when you're ripping off like 15 million 18 keys and higher with guaranteed crits, and then 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 additional extra supers with guaranteed crits as well. So UI Goku's damage is not going to be nearly as impressive in this specific run, but he still has his utility, because once he gets like 2 or 3 dodges, you know, he's untouchable and stuff like that whenever you're in a turn, and he does hold it down. So another thing that he brings to the table, and it's the same thing that Evolution Blue Vegeta brings to the table, is they both have their revival skills. So revival's always going to be helpful when you have a second chance, get out of jail free card, essentially. that is what the Goku and Vegeta, the UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta have. Both of them have it, but we do end up getting UI Goku's revival later on in this run, and you'll see what we do to proc that, because it's like, yeah, sure, UI Goku has a revive, but it's like, there's a good chance he can't take the hit anyway, so it's like, how the hell are we going to be able to get that? But don't you worry, I got a plan, and you'll see me go big brain here. So you saw in the beginning, I didn't even break down the team that we're using. So Beast Gohan, for obvious reasons, just a tank. His damage adds up, attack stacking, all that fun stuff. You guys know how Beast Gohan works. I'm sure you know how all these units work, but we'll still talk about it. Orange Piccolo, his active skill, that's his role. And he also helps out Beast with the unit super attack. We have AGL UI Goku for his dodging, as well as his guaranteed crits and whatnot. It helps with the damage reduction that the Cell Max has against him. Evolution Blue Vegeta, again, a tank and also can do damage. You know, his attack stats are very similar to UI Goku's, and he's also doing the guaranteed crits with higher defense as well. So now you can see we are in turn 4, so the debuffs have went away and you can seal him. And Gogeta Blue is here for his guard, and as well as his taunt, excuse me. He is going to become very effective once we get to Super Saiyan Blue. Obviously not quite there yet, but we will get there. And he also has his dodging ability, and his taunt is just dumb, right? His taunt does so much for us, and you guys will see that later. That taunt is just as valuable as Beast Gohan's in here, because now that we've reached the point where Cell can be debuffed, it just kind of ramps things up, right? He does hit much harder, to the point where he's doing like over 100,000 to Beast, which, if you guys don't know, if Beast is taking 100,000, that boss is hitting hard. That is the moral of the story here. So you guys will see that later on, that Beast does end up taking damage. It's not to the point where I'm like, oh, you know, dethrone him or anything like that, but it is worth noting that it's like, okay, so these guys are hitting hard. These bosses are hitting hard, right? And they have kind of power scaled the bosses to the superheroes team, and I am okay with that, because ultimately, like, it's good for the superheroes team because you get to have fun while you're using it, but it's bad for the rest of the game because, like, you kind of have to find a way to sneak Beast Gohan onto the team to really make it work. And, you know, you guys know how that goes, so. Yeah. So now you've noticed, like I said earlier, now that we can attack lower and defensive lower at this Cell Max, one thing that's really going to come into play is the utility that Evolution Blue Vegeta and Kaioken Blue Goku bring to the table, right? Because I'm sure you guys know at this point, they're doing crits, they're doing a ton of additional super attacks, they're lowering attack and defense. They are going to be very useful for kind of making this cell hit a little bit less hard. But keep in mind, even if you spam attack lowering, it's still, I mean, it's still this Cell Max, right? He's still gonna hit dumb hard, and I'm pretty sure like we only get one rainbow orb right here. Like, this is where we really get screwed by the system. Just no rainbow orbs to be found. So unfortunately, I do believe the Kaioken Blue Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta do actually take damage here, which is really frustrating because, you know, we really could see them take a lot less, but unfortunately, that's just how it goes sometimes. So I think this is where we do cut it a bit close. Like, we barely have any HP after this turn, and I think this is where I get big brain on them. And whenever we get to the Orange Piccolo, I will obviously skip through that because I know you guys don't want to see that. So 123,000 right there to Beast Gohan. That's a lot. Like, that's Beast Gohan. Obviously, he tanked it, right? 130 from this Cell Max is really good, but that just shows you that this boss is hitting extremely, extremely hard. So here we go. Evolution Blue Vegeta, 5.7 right there. Kaioken Blue Goku, all that fun stuff. So this is going to be the second attack lowering that we get. So ideally, as many supers as possible, just for the sole purpose of lowering attack. We get 2, here comes 3, and I'm pretty sure even despite 3 attack lowering, all the defensive raising, and a little bit of damage reduction we got from the Rainbow Orb, it is still nowhere near enough. You guys will see here in a minute. It's like, oh yeah, 150k, 140k, and then 134,000, so we are down to 29,000 HP at this point. And so, like I said earlier, what do we have? Revival skills. So the revival skills are ultimately going to come in very clutch right here, 4.5, and Beast Gohan's obviously fine at this point. But how would you, so how do you want to play this turn, right? It's like, do I do this? And I'm like, no, because what happens next turn? I'm dead, right? So this is where we have to go big brain on him. What we're going to do is we're going to put Orange Piccolo in the front, and we're going to make sure that, because he can't take Cell Max, right? Like, Cell Max, actually, I think he does. What's funny enough is I think he does take the normals, right? Because of the attack lowering that we did. So I'm thinking, like, what the hell do I want to do right here? Do I want to keep Evolution Blue Vegeta on? Do I want to put UI Goku in slot 2? I'm like, yeah, let me keep UI Goku. What do I do? Yeah, so we do UI Goku, right? Yeah, okay, we do float him off. Because I'm like, Evolution Blue Vegeta is a little bit more consistent defensively, so you guys will see, he's taken double digits. So if it wasn't for that super, like, no matter what, we would have died on that turn, I think. But there you go, 1.4 million from that super after the attack lowering. So now we get the revival from UI Goku, obviously very helpful. Not very often you get to see these animations, so that is pretty cool. I wish I would have had sound on, but I was recording this one in my bed, so it was like no need for that, right? So now UI Goku, he's ready to go, and we can move on to that portion. Let's see. So I believe what it is we heal up with either 70 or 77% HP, so more than safe at this point in terms of the HP that we are at. Yeah, that is 70. Okay, is that? I think. Yeah, but either way, we fused with Gogeta anyway, so we're back up to 100. So there you go. Revival skill, read him and weep. 4 rainbow orbs right there with attack lowering. Now, if you can get to turn 7, you can see that this Cell Max is stunnable and sealable. So if you have units that can fulfill that role, that's perfect, but this team doesn't really have that. This is just more of the brute force team. The only real debuffing that we have is attack lowering and defense lowering, as well as the action break that we have from the Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo setup. But really haven't been able to do that in this video. Like, you guys have seen that I don't even know if my Beast Gohan has taken a hit yet. Or he just did. Something like that. Like, I know that it's been a minute, and that's just kind of how this ended up playing out, unfortunately. But nonetheless, here we go. We ball. We find a way to get it done. Now here we go. We haven't done his taunt yet, considering we just transformed him, and we are 11 minutes into the gameplay. Goes to show you how long this is. But I believe the next turn that we see him, we will have his taunt, which will be very important because we get that initial damage that he's bringing to the table, and then we also get the dodging that he's doing. So, in theory, right, the only reason Gogeta's taunt specifically, just the taunt, is better than Beast Gohan's here is because Beast Gohan can still take a little bit from the super in this phase, and Gogeta just can't be hit. So that is why Gogeta's taunt is just a tad better than Beast Gohan's in this one. But obviously Beast Gohan's is way easier to get. You can use it when you need it. But don't sleep on this Gogeta. I feel like a lot of people downplay him, and don't sleep on him. That taunt is very overpowered when it can be used properly, right? I know sometimes bosses disable dodge and it can be frustrating, but when they don't disable dodge, Blue Gogeta, he is a beast. He is a top 5 unit, no doubt. So it's like, you know, if a fight disables dodge, then you just know. And even then, guess what? After, 4 to 5 supers or whatever, he's still fine. It's just he's not going to be able to take a super, which is unfortunate, but a lot of units are dodge or die, so he is just one of those. But we're actually moving pretty well here. So now I forget where we're at on this turn. I think this one right here is when we do Orange Piccolo. I believe that's where we're at. So like the next turn is Orange Piccolo. That is going to take up a very big bulk of the gameplay. So you guys know how we do Orange Piccolo around here, especially when it's pre-recorded. We just slide through it on iOS and then we move to the end of it so that way I don't waste your time. Oh, yeah, look at that. Evolution Blue Vegeta and Kaioken Blue Goku with all that still took a super. That's right. Yeah, so Orange Piccolo, you guys know the drill. Same run, obviously. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, you get it, you get it, you get it. He is doing decent damage. Like, you can see the crits are coming through, so we did ultimately get a lot of damage from it, but yeah, as I say that, there's a 99 that pops up on the screen, but I believe that is the end. Yeah, there we go. So out of Orange, perfect. Now we have to do the taunt with Beast, and it is a little bit scary at this point because it's like, if he does a super, I think we're just dead because he's not attack lowered at this point. He's not defense lowered. And this, like, Beast Gohan is phenomenal. I'm just like, oh, and yeah, no, we're good because he can't super. That's right. That's right. A super 100% would have taken us out, but the taking away the super and doing the taunt, Orange Piccolo is safe. Evolution Blue Vegeta would have been fine, but he's safe too. Beast protection on the rotation, perfect. And then next turn we have Gogeta Blue's taunt, and we should be good to go. So it's like we are kind of getting to that point where it's like, all right, we got 1 or 2 more turns in here max, and we should be good to go. So 13 million right there for 55% Beast Gohan, not bad whatsoever. Pretty impressive stuff. So all in good fun, if you will. All right, here we go. Get that action break, that action break in, and hopefully, I think the goal by the end of this turn is to have him at 1.5 bars of HP, because right now he's at about 2.5. So it's like if we can kind of whittle him down to 1 more. I think Evolution Blue Vegeta should be kind of like quintessential in doing that, because his attack stat should be fairly impressive at this point, right? Yeah, you're up to 20 million with a guaranteed crit. So you are more than ready to go at this point. So let's show me what you got. Boom, 11 mil, not bad. And 12 mil right there. And this is a guaranteed crit. This will probably hit for what, around like 8 mil or something like that? Somewhere around there would be my guess. Yeah, 7.1, and then another one. Yeah, so right about at 1.5 where we wanted him to be. So that way next turn on the Blue Gogeta rotation, or not rotation, but the blue Gogeta taunt turn, we will be able to really just fully take advantage of everything. We've used up all of our defensive utility at this point, aside from that taunt, so it took all of the defensive utility and a little bit of luck on the side to be able to get to this point, but that is good. I think it's fun when a fight is well designed and isn't just like free, you're walking all over it, you're stunning all over it, but that also could just be because a lot of the units on here, Gogeta's 55%, Beast is 55% for me, and then Piccolo's only 69%. Maybe if the team was fully rainbowed, it'd be a little bit easier, but nonetheless, still managed to get the no item run done. 10 million right there from Gogeta. That basically is the kiss of death. UI Goku. If Beast and if Beast and Blue Gogeta don't finish it, UI Goku's gonna finish it up. So, if you want to talk about just characters I love using, like this is the peak rotation right here. This is it for me, right? Beast Gohan, Blue Gogeta, UI Goku, 3 of my favorites right now. And this rotation is this setup is so much fun to use, right? Because Beast Gohan's gonna come in and do his thing. Unfortunately, not gonna get as many attack buffs as we'd want right there because he's not taking any hits, but still 13 million, not bad whatsoever. A decent bit of damage right there. And we're gonna get the no crit, which is unfortunate. We probably would have gotten it if we had Beast or Orange on rotation in order to get the unit super attack, but that is fine. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. So this is definitely going to take him down to his last bar of HP, and then that crit there helps. But like, just as you can, like, the fact that Blue Gogeta right here doesn't do a health bar after his taunt is pretty crazy, right? And obviously he's missing a few links, but this is like a very, very safe rotation. So it is the cost of defense, my friends. You have to do something to have a cost of defense. So he's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not enough, and UI Goku ends up getting the win for us. So the Cell Max Stage 2 no item run is all taken care of. Let me know down below what you guys think of this specific stage. If you're playing JP, have you beaten it yet? I'm sure a lot of you have, but because I am getting this up a little bit late, but it's all good. It's still the same day of release, so just when it got around on the schedule, this is when the time worked out for it. So 8.8 million right there, and UI Goku's going to take us home with whatever attacks that he's pulling out and the guaranteed crit, because I believe we're at 24 key with him at this point. The key is just out of this world on this team. Yeah, he is at 24 key, and he's going to take us home with a 15 million attack stat. That is a guaranteed crit, and that is why UI Goku, I love UI Goku. So let me know down below, like I said, what you guys think of the stage. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy today's video. Subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the Dokkan content that I post here. This 9th anniversary has been a lot of fun, and I hope to continue enjoying the rest of it with you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.